You just want to sit there? Oh, we got a show to record. Come on. You gotta be my co-host. You down? I need a new co-host. Are you down? Sick. Cool. Welcome back to another episode of Post to Post with your host, Mario Navarro. And won't be a solo dolo show today. Not the usual co-host, but we got my pretty little kitty, Belly, over here, co-hosting with me. Co-hosting for as long as she wants. But yeah, happy to be back. Super excited, new setup, got everything going here. I'm just excited to be recording again and super psyched about it. But yeah, man, the 2025-2026 season is kicking off with the preseason right now. Super interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm watching a little bit more preseason or more intently this season. It's been a very interesting and fun preseason. I feel like other preseasons, in the past that I've watched have been kind of like snooze fests, and I haven't been totally invested. But a lot of these games are like really fun. Kicking it off for me. The first one I didn't watch the Hall of Fame game fully because I didn't. I was like preseason, not into it, whatever. Turns out it was a pretty good game. Not for the Lions, but it was a pretty good game. And then I started off with the Eagles-Bengals game, of course. Had to watch my Eagles in the preseason. And that game was fun. That game was really fun. Especially for me, right? Because I'm looking for the rookies and looking at everyone that's playing. But I had a good time. Like, it felt very competitive. And then I'm watching other games. And other games I'm watching were super fun to watch. I was bouncing back and forth between the games. But, Patriots playing the Commanders. Interesting game. Pretty fun. On top of that, I did enjoy, actually, the Browns and Panthers game a lot. Granted, I'll get into that later in the show because we got to talk about it. But it was fun. It was fun. And I think because the storylines, too, that made it. But overall, it was super fun. And then I watched a good chunk of the Titans-Buccaneers games. The Cowboys-Rams game was, again, not competitive the whole time, but it was still fun to watch. Like, they were fun games to watch. Games that I watched were because of the big five QBs, or big four right now, that are going to be in the starting position, or in the realm of starting very soon. That being Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Shador Sanders, and Tyler Shuck. I know, Tyler Shuck, right? Like, what? Yeah. Okay, we'll get to it. But I think watching all four of them play, again, small sample size for Cam Ward. He only threw the ball like 8 times, and what you did see from him was very promising. He was very confident. It seems like him and Calvin Ridley have a really good trust in one another. He anticipates him very well. He seemed very confident on the ball. Again, only 8 times he passed the ball, so you can't really speak much on it. It looked good. Like, it looked like he's digesting that Titans offense very well in this offseason. And it's going to be promising. If you're a Titans fan, you see that, you're like, okay, I see that. You're kind of balling right now. But the two standouts were definitely Jackson Dart and Shador Sanders. Now, again, they both had really great games. And it's interesting, right? Before the game even started, we're talking Shador Sanders here. Stephen A. Smith was saying that they were setting him up like to play in this game because he's 4th string, this, that. But I feel like it was a terribly kept secret that Shador Sanders is definitely, if not going to be the starting QB on that team. Mind you, I get it. Joe Flacco's on the team, but he's not the same Joe Flacco, 1. And 2, he's aging, right? So I guess that was the only real competition, I guess. It would have been fruitful if he does sit. Like, I'm not mad at it if he does. It's always good for a rookie QB to sit. But I think when it came down to it, I think he can definitely beat Joe Flacco for that job. Kenny Pickett, Kenny Super Bowl Pickett, as I like to say, go Birds. But no, he's also playing really well. Like, not to the point where I think he is going to command the starting job, obviously, on that roster. But again, it made it seem like this one big like QB battle for QB2, and Joe Flacco was going to be the definitive number 1 QB on week 1. But Shedeur Sanders played really well, and he has something to say about that. No, it was weird because they were making it seem like it was just a battle for QB2 between Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, when in reality, unfortunately, Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel are battling injuries, so that gave the opportunity for Shedeur Sanders to play. And also, they signed Tyler Huntley, too, so they have a million QBs in the QB room. But I think pre-draft process, the draft, and post-draft, I feel like the Browns are handling this really, really oddly. Like, people have their opinions on Shedeur Sanders because of Deion Sanders and how he was handling himself in the pre-draft. But you gotta understand, this is a talented player. Mind you, the only thing they didn't like was what he was showing was his ego and, always bringing an entourage and what that brings to a team. But he plays well. Like, he's a good football player. Again, still a project, which I'll get to, in a moment. But I just think the way the Browns are handling this is kind of weird. It's like they're consistently putting him down. Like, oh, you don't earn this, you don't earn that. Like, it doesn't feel like he's ever earning the respect from the Browns when, I guess, granted, you don't come into a place and demand their respect unless you're Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers thinks he's the best QB to walk the planet. But no, in all seriousness, it's one of those things where it's like you draft him and you're bringing in 5 QBs, like, they really don't know what they're doing in their QB room. So it's just interesting to see how they're handling it. And what the performance he put up on his in his debut preseason game is hard to dispute and hard to keep putting him down. But I mean, just a moment ago, their unofficial depth chart still had him listed as the 4th QB, which is really interesting. So I'm hoping to see, or maybe, I don't know if Kenny Pickett or Dylan Gabriel are going to get a chance to play, but I would love to see the comparison to be like, okay, is there a point, is there a reason why he's still being disrespected by the Browns? I think Shedeur Sanders will play. I think he will start week 1. Actually, I'll take that back. That's a bold take. I think they'll still roll with Joe Flacco because of what they're doing, they're not going to switch immediately and be like, yeah, now you're QB1. No. But I think we'll see Shedeur Sanders play before either Kenny Pickett or Dylan Gabriel, due to performance of Joe Flacco or whatever it may be. I do think we'll see him. But regardless, yes, Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders had the better games of the 4 I mentioned. Tyler Shough didn't play awful. Again, he was definitely showing or on the field learning, and he was a little slow at times with his reads. He wasn't putting the ball in the best place. Granted, expected. He did have a really nice touchdown pass, a very, very nice touchdown pass. Again, it looked like broken coverage to me, but he put the ball in the right spot. I mean, he was wide open, so it had to be a broken coverage. But it was a good showing on, the Saints have something they can build on there. I think the Saints are going to struggle a lot this season, but it's good to see that they have Tyler Shough there, and to see they can develop him after, Derek Carr's retirement. I mean, that QB1 job's up for grabs with Spencer Rattler and him, and we'll see where that goes. You really want to touch on the Jackson Dart, or his play against the Bills. He played good. I mean, he played really good. Better than I expected him to play. I wouldn't necessarily say I was really high on Jackson Dart coming out of the draft, but he showed promising flashes. Now, again, it's hard to critique him because I didn't see much he had to critique on. Usually what you see from Jackson Dart is he makes mistakes when he wants to play hero ball, I would say. But I guess the preseason game, low stakes, you didn't see it. And he was taking his checkdowns, and he was taking, he was kind of picking apart the defense. And we saw his legs. And it's really good to see that. So I do think it's hard to say which quarterback had the best performance between the two. If I had to rank it, I mean, Cam Ward, obviously, with the sample size, has to be like, okay, only 8 passes. You got to put him 4th, right? Tyler Shough, 3rd. And then Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders have, this hard comparison. They both played great, but I would have to say Sanders number 2 and Jackson Dart definitely played the best out of the 4 in their first preseason game. Sanders, though, what I wanted to touch on earlier is he's really good, but he's still a project, yes. He's still a project because his decision making when trying to extend the play is where he's going to get in trouble, which everyone knew going into it. That yes, in college, what he was doing to extend the play, you can do that as collegiate level, you can get away with it. He kind of saw that when he when he was playing. I don't remember the exact play, but it was like a third and 8, maybe it was third and long, regardless. And he was setting the play, and he was running backwards 25 yards, and I'm like, oh, you gotta stop. Like, you gotta, at one point, before that, earlier, he made a play where a really nice play to extend the play. He didn't go back as far when he was running. He was able to extend it. He rolled it to the left, went all the way across field to the right, and made a throw. But with that one, it was just rough because it's like you're 3rd and 8, right? Just, I know you're trying to extend the play and continue the drive, but it's at risk of taking that sack isn't the best. I think he learns from that very, very early on. It might be a habit he has to break, but I think he breaks that habit. I think we see him break that habit. I don't know when. I hope to see, he breaks that habit by his 3rd preseason game, so it gives him a little edge on, being able to start. But that's mainly, the main caveat or the main takeaway or critique I had of Shedeur Sanders is he didn't make the best decision making on extending the play. But beyond that, he played 2 touchdown passes, were great, phenomenal. I think the first one was spectacular. I think Jackson Dart also had a really nice touchdown pass. And it's funny, I had a debate with, my coworker. He brought it up. He's a big Giants fan, and obviously he wasn't, he's saying, putting teams aside, you know what you were doing. You weren't putting the teams aside. No, just kidding. But he was saying, it was a fun question, so I want to ask you guys and your opinion on it. Jackson Dart's first touchdown pass compared to Shedeur Sanders' first touchdown pass. He asked which one was better, and I said, I think Shedeur Sanders' first touchdown pass was better pass or a better all-around QB play than Jackson Dart's was. He disagreed with me. His main argument was the fact that it was equal open window, or the window for him, the receiver, to catch the ball, and because Jackson Dart's was farther, it was better. It's a moon ball compared to threading the needle, throwing the ball on a rope. I think Shedeur Sanders did a great with his reads. He went through his progression, rolled out. Again, Jackson Dart's pass was very, very impressive because of the fact that he had pressure in his face and he was able to stand in the pocket and deliver that ball. That was phenomenal. That's why I think it's a QB play. I think it was great. Shedeur Sanders, I think, showed more of a QB play while going through his progressions, rolling out to the left. He had pressure in his face, but not like in his face like Jackson Dart. But he was able to roll out, have a touch on the ball where it goes over the defender's hand and over the 2 corner or linebacker leaking back in the corner on the receiver, and threaded the needle on the pass and got it to him in the back right or back left of the end zone. I think it was a beautiful ball. I think that was great. But I want to hear from you guys what you guys think. What pass was better? I'm going Sanders. That's my take, obviously, but I want to hear from you guys. Besides the QBs, there were some names that were sticking out to me that I was like, you got to keep an eye out for them on the upcoming season, definitely. And surprisingly, for me, actually, it was a lot more... I didn't want to go with obvious answers, obviously, with big names, big rookies coming out of, you got McMillan, who's played great, and I guess J.J. McCarthy is not technically a rookie. But in my eyes, he's a rookie because he didn't play, so it's more of a, take it as you will. But it was good to see him, but obviously I'm not going to, put obvious names out there. I had 5 names that I thought, there's one pretty obvious one, but there was a couple names out there that I did definitely want to bring to light. And these are the 5 standouts that I had coming out from the first week of preseason. One honorable mention, though, I do have Ollie Wright with the Buccaneers. I was watching, like I said, I was watching the Titans-Buccaneers game. Man, he was playing good. He had 2 touchdowns called back because of some unfortunate penalties on the line, 2 holding penalties. But he got in there, 3rd time's a charm. He got in there for a 3rd time, and they didn't call it. But he played good. Like, he was playing great. And I just think it's crazy. The Bucs have crazy depth at running back. Another running back that I definitely think you will see a lot more of, and I definitely think he can definitely earn the a number 2 role on his team is I have Ollie Gordon from the Miami Dolphins. I was watching him play, and he's definitely going to be the power back behind Devon Achane. Devon Achane has a speed that'll definitely get you in, first and third downs. But Ollie Gordon's definitely going to be the guy that's going to be the one to punch it in on third downs to get aggressive for the Miami Dolphins, because that's what they want. And he played great. He put in a fourth quarter. You got to see him a lot. He got a rushing touchdown. He had I think over 55 yards in total. But every touch he had, -2 maybe, but it felt impactful, especially late. Not even just on the ground. He has great out of the backfield catching ability. I mean, on that play, ran the Texas route. First of all, great route by running back. It was good. But he was impactful. He got the ball, got the first, kept it going, and almost, completed a crazy lateral for the end of the game. But, again, he shows promise. I think definitely he can earn that second spot behind Devon Achane if he keeps this up during his preseason, games. But I think he definitely is a name to watch. Another one, insane game. Funny, that game was also, that's one of the games I was talking about earlier being super interesting. I have Austin Booker on the Bears, their defensive line. He was all over the place. Making so many plays, and really brought an energy to that. He just really brought an energy to that line, which is great to see. I mean, it was great to see that. First of all, I'm going to say it, but the whole defense as a whole played great. The defensive backs played great with that intensity. The Bears got something cooking there. I mean, I feel like when you're panning over to their sideline, it was very fiery, a lot of emotion. And I think Ben Johnson is bringing that out of this Bears team. Getting his culture really implemented on his team. But the DB's coach, he was getting all fired up for these guys, and Austin Booker definitely was a catalyst of that. I mean, the whole line played great. He was just all over the place, like 4 sacks. I definitely wanted to give him a shout out because if the Bears continue with a good defense as they had last season, because their defense has been great for the past couple of seasons, or like 2 seasons, but if they keep that going, this team, they're gonna be fun to watch. Get the offense going, they're gonna be fun to watch. I want to give a shout out to Chase Lucas. He was making a lot of plays for that 49ers defense. A lot of plays. He was making great reads, flying all over the field, and I was surprised at his tackling ability as well as a corner. He was there in the trenches, making a hit every single time, but he was flying all over the place. He played great. I think he definitely going to earn a roster spot, and I'm interested to see how he fits in that 49ers defense. It's going to be very fun to see that as well. Another name that, again, forgotten about, they talked about it during the game a little bit. The announcers were saying it, how he was talking about how he was feeling after he got hurt and performing. But Keaton Mitchell is a name to watch out for this Ravens team. They're going to have a very nice 1-2 punch in the backfield with Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell showed what they were missing in the backfield behind Derrick Henry last season. I mean, he got the ball every time. It was like lightning in the bottle. He was getting chunk plays after chunk plays. That first touchdown, rushing touchdown of the game, I'm pretty sure was him, and he was just he showed why as a running back too. He's definitely gonna make a name for himself in the upcoming season. And he was talking about it too. They talked about it how it was hard for him because he had a really good debut in 2024, and he got hurt, unfortunately, and then it felt like everyone forgot about him, he was saying, and how he overcame that. And I think it's a cool story, and I'm really rooting for him this season because I think he's going to do great, and I think him and Derrick Henry are going to be a great complementary piece to Lamar Jackson. I think Keaton Mitchell's going to have some very great moments this season. Got a lot of running backs on this list here, but my last one is Trayvon Henderson, and the Patriots Ohio State running back. I knew he was going to be the Patriots' go-to guy in the future. I knew he was going to earn that starting job. I knew he was going to, break out. I just didn't know when, but he did it. He did it really, really, really. He broke out early for that Patriots team and did it on the first play of the game with a 100-yard touchdown return. And he didn't get much touches after that. I feel like he didn't get many touches after that because the Patriots saw what he could do and said, all right, that 100-yard return was great. Got him a few touches. Gave him 1 carry out the backfield. Got a big chunk play for 18 yards. Then got 3 catches and says, all right, your day's done. We've seen enough. You're going to be that guy. I mean, it was spectacular. He did great. He did great. I think definitely he will be running back one for the Patriots. Starting, maybe they might wait a week or two. They'll keep Ramondre Stevenson as the main running back over there. But I definitely think Trayvon Henderson earned his starting spot, or not from the one preseason game, but making an impact play on special teams like that. It's huge in the preseason. And on top of that, they just need spark in the backfield. They're a run-heavy team, and Trayvon Henderson is definitely going to give that spark, and I'm excited to see him play. That's my takeaways for week 1 of the preseason. Those are my 5 standout this week. Those guys, definitely keep an eye out for them for the coming season and for the rest of the preseason. Again, let me know in the comments, or just let me know who you have had a better first touchdown pass, Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders. Both played great. I'm definitely going to get back in the routine of posting here. Now with the face cam, you get to see my face. I guess it's, official face reveal, I guess. But yeah, go ahead and, I have this channel here, have an Instagram, post, period, 2, period, post 23, where I'll announce when I post my videos. I got a Twitch where I Twitch, no schedule yet, kind of like an after hours thing where I'll play video games, have you guys come in and talk, give me some sports takes while I'm playing games. Super fun, super laid back, super chill. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode here. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and yeah, see you next time.